What do you do when you get a phone call from Porsche saying, would you like to come and test some of our sports cars on a racetrack?
Are down visible to the crew, even when their fasten seatbelt sign is switched off.
You join me at a testing centre about 40 miles outside of Dusseldorf. I would tell you the name of the place, but if I'm honest, I don't actually know how to pronounce it, so it's probably best I don't try. Now, before I do anything else, make sure you subscribe, make sure you click on the little bell icon next to our channel name, because then every time we upload a new video, you'll get a notification. Make sure you like this video, make sure you comment, and make sure you visit newmotoring.com. 2018 marks 70 years since Porsche built its first sports car, the 356, so we are here to celebrate 70 years of Porsche sports cars. It's been a whirlwind of a day that's included lectures, track driving, a walk through Porsche's design, and a passenger ride with Porsche's test driver in a GT2 RS. It's been full on, so I'll try and walk you through it. Firstly, we had to get from our hotel to the testing centre, and our means of doing that was the Porsche Panamera Turbo SE Hybrid, which has a 4-litre twin-turbo V8 engine with 680 brake horsepower combined with the electric motor. It's rather potent, and on a de-restricted part of the Autobahn, I got up to 175 miles an hour. 175 miles an hour is the fastest I've been on the public road, and for good reason really. It's actually quite scary going past lorries and minibuses and other cars when they're doing 70 miles an hour and the speed difference is more than 100 miles an hour. It's scary. Also very good fun. I now want to do more than 175 miles an hour. We arrived and were greeted by a collection of cars that were pulled straight from the Porsche Museum, so these are some of the best kept Porsches in the entire world. The lineup started with a 356 1500 Speedster, then moved forward into the 901, the first 911, and then through to the 964, the 993, the 996, the 997, and the 991.2 GT3 RS, as well as the original Boxster, the 986, and then the 987. To see all of these cars lined up, not just in a museum, you know, outside in the real world, was amazing. They look so good. After that, we heard from Thomas Krickelberg, the current boss of everything 911. He's quite an important man, really. Matthias Hofstetter, the director of powertrains at Porsche, Matthias Lieber, manager of brake systems at Porsche, and Matthias Kuhler, the design director for everything two-door at Porsche, so 911, Cayman and Boxster. I asked him what his favourite car was of the lineup, and he said 356 because it was very pure and it was the original Porsche. But he also said the new 911 GT3 RS, which is understandable really. I mean, it looks insane. After that, things got interesting. I was asked if I'd like to do some tracking shots, and I could choose any car I wanted. And I had more than 20 cars to choose from. I was quite spoilt really. But I went for a white 911 Carrera 4 GTS, so arguably the best non-GT3 or GT3 RS 911 that Porsche makes. And I was able to take that out on track with a tracking car, photographer doing some photos, and I've now got some amazing photos that I will genuinely treasure for the rest of my life. They are epic photos. And from there we took a group of cars through various activities and swapped through the cars as we went through each activity. So we got to try each car in each particular course. We started with a slalom that fed into a slightly longer radius corner to get a feel for things basically. Then we did some track driving. It's not a full racetrack, you know, it's a test centre, but we were able to build up even more speed and really get a feel for the cars. It was quite quick actually. Once we really started to push and get into the rhythm of things and know where this little test track went, yeah, we weren't hanging about, and there wasn't really much runoff either. Finally, we did launch control and braking tests. So we started on a line, foot to the floor, launch control, launched away, and then once we got to a set of cones, it was about a quarter of a mile away, we were supposed to slam on the brakes as hard as we could, so then we'd get a feel for launch control and full braking. My impressions? Well, what struck me was just how light the cars felt. I kind of expected that with the Boxster and the Cayman because they're physically smaller cars. When I jumped into the 911 and started to push that a bit faster, that still felt really, really light, really small, really nimble. It felt playful, and I didn't really expect that. I thought I'd be a little bit intimidated, but it wasn't intimidating at all, to be honest. And climbing from the 911 into the Boxster and the Cayman, you could really feel that they were mid-engine, not rear-engined, like the 911. And also I suppose the biggest difference between the two is the noise. The Boxster and the Cayman have flat 4 Boxster engines, turbocharged. The 911 has a flat 6 turbocharged engine, so the sound is very, very different. The 911, that Carrera 4 GTS, that was definitely my favourite. And I think a lot of that is down to the engine. You know, the Boxster and the Cayman, that 4-cylinder, that turbocharged Boxster engine is a really good engine. It's got loads of torque, but for me that 6-cylinder noise, that was really exciting. That was a really good engine. It just sounded better to me, and it's faster, which is always good. Finally, I had the chance to ride with Porsche's test driver in the GT2 RS. The guy in question is called Lars Kern, and you may know that name because he was the man who set the Nürburgring lap record in the GT2 RS in 2017. I did the classic, can you wear my GoPro on your head thing, and he'd never seen one before, so he took a selfie and then promptly launch controlled the car up to probably 140 miles an hour and then took a corner at 140 miles an hour. It's ludicrous, but what was really reassuring is his absolute confidence in the car, and I suppose he would have that absolute confidence if you could do 6 minutes around the Nürburgring. He was a nutter. Went through a corner, 140 miles an hour, brake down into first gear, did a little drift at a small hairpin, then back up a straight, through another corner, again 130-40 miles an hour, and then we caught up with a Boxster, which he promptly waved out of the way, and then we went a little bit further, and he just decided that he would drift it round a corner. Just a sustained drift. When you can drift a car with 700 horsepower, you're pretty handy. Has it been worth flying all the way to Germany for pretty much a day? Well, put it this way, I can't stop smiling. Hope you've enjoyed something a little bit different. No review in sight, but I couldn't come here and not film. What a day.